she's learned to kind of restrain herself from the impulses, and that her head is in a very different spot, but her heart kind of is still in the same place.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Okay, how about you?
Good, good. I watched your new film and it's amazing. There's a lot of twists, unexpected events that happened. But throughout the film, the trilogy, we've seen Noah grow up. She has a lot of character development, especially in Culpa Nuestra. So, can you walk us through her thought process as she comes to terms with the events that unfold in the last film?
Yes, I think for Noah, Culpa Tuya was a seed that planted for her to kind of grow in these last 4 years that we haven't seen, and then Culpa Nuestra. And I think she's just kind of in a spot where she's seen that prioritizing herself at the beginning has been very important, and just finding what she wants to do with life and what she wants to work and what she's good at, and not what people tell her that she's good at, or kind of just what everyone goes through in like from 18 to 22, and you still go on, but yeah, for Noah it's a roller coaster, I think, for sure. I think at the beginning she's very strong-minded. She's obviously nervous because we have the whole wedding, and I love that. I love that the movie starts out with her kind of vulnerable, because you kind of see that she's learned to kind of restrain herself from the impulses, and that her head is in a very different spot, but her heart kind of is still in the same place, and that game that she's trying to play and trying to control. And I think that's kind of what sets the tone for the whole movie, and she's just juggling her head and her heart and her logic and her instinct throughout the whole movie.
If there's one emotion or like message that you want audiences to walk away after watching Culpa Nuestra, or even after watching the whole trilogy, what would it be?
I think that contradiction is a part of life, and that it's very important to do what, I think for Noah it's very important to do what she did at the end of Culpa Tuya as a young woman, to say bye, and that life comes around a million times and you can always give second chances and third chances if you are very secure. And also I think that it's important to not try to, I've said this for Culpa Tuya, but I think the message for that one was to not try to change someone. I think in Culpa Nuestra you can see that the only way Nick changes, and that is for himself at the end. Yeah, and how you just have to let that go and choose yourself and kind of focus on yourself, but that it all works out in the end, so that it's okay to make mistakes, I guess.
I guess my last question is just like a really curious question of mine, because I really like Noah's style in the whole movie, like the fashion and everything, all the chic skirts, I'm curious, how would you describe Noah's sense of style and fashion, and does it relate to her character in the film?
I think I love that question. It was a very important part of, actually, for Noah's character in this third one, to show that she's grown up, and that in those years you kind of experiment and you work and you figure out what you like and what you don't like, and you can see a very specific style in her in the third one that still has a little bit of that Noah from the first movie, but it's just more elegant and more mature. I think for me it was very important to have that style, because it just made me go into her very quickly. I was doing the second and third one at the same time, so that change from 18 to 22, just putting on the boots, for example, and the blazers that she was wearing, it was very easy for me to just feel a little bit more mature and a little older. It's my favorite style from the 3 movies, so I'm glad that you agree.